Hello everyone, hopefully you're having a great day today. Merciless Vaughn here, back with another Bleach Brave Souls video, and in this one we have some new resurrections for this month. They are going to be the Can't Fear Your Own World Uncovered Truth Pinnacles summons banner resurrections. So yeah, we're going to go over the characters. Hopefully you enjoy. If you do, leave a like. If you're new to the channel or you have been here for a while, please consider subscribing and help me get to 550 subscribers. Now with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. So unfortunately, since these are novel characters and novel banners really don't come around anymore, unfortunately I only ever managed to pull just this one character from that banner because of, I just kind of joined the game 7 years late, honestly. But I'll still go over the other two characters that I don't have, but I will go over the CFYOW and show them some gameplay of him. So yeah, now that we got that little disclaimer out the way, so yeah, just before his resurrection, we can take a look at him. He's a power unit with no affiliation killer. Soul trait, strong stat, recharge time minus 12%. He has lacerate on all of his attacks. He's a melee unit. His skills here, Bruiser, Berserker are both at 20%, 40% devastation, Havoc 20%, Frenzy plus 1, Defibrillator plus 2 seconds, damage to lacerated enemies 40%, and Sprinter. And so yeah, this is just him before his resurrection. I guess we can take a look at his stats like before we resurrect him and just level him up. These are basically what they are, total stats here and just base stats. Yeah, the stats that we're getting from here, these are from the attribute power-ups, and these are the stats that we're getting from the affiliation bonuses. And as well, very quickly, just to go back to the list here, just to look at some of these details of, because the increased strong attack damage that you'll see here, basically the Berserker, is 22% because in the skills it's 20%, but from the attribute power-ups, as you can see, we're getting a 2%, so he actually has 22% Berserker right there. And I don't think there's anything else in his kit that he's going to be taking advantage of. I do think there is a damage to lacerated enemies inside the attribute power-ups, but I just haven't gotten that far yet. So I'm going to go ahead and resurrect this unit, power him up, and we can take a look at him after his resurrection. Alright, so now that he has been resurrected, we can take a look at his second soul trait here. He also got damage to lacerated enemies, and here it's more than likely 20% or something like that. I guess we are getting a little bit of extra from the attribute power-up, so we can take a look at that afterwards. So just to look at him post, let's see here. Innate skills, Sprinter, Fire Resistance, and Guard Break, so that's pretty nice. His Berserker did increase by 30%, it looks like. Defibrillator, no, he already had that, didn't he? Yeah, he already had the Defibrillator. Increased status summon chance against no affiliation enemies, that's good. And then, yeah, the increased damage to lacerated enemies. They also gave him weakened defense and the status summon spiritual pressure boost. Okay, not bad. This CFYOW was actually pretty good. I like it. Unfortunately, they just don't give units extra frenzy, just because I think maybe later on down the line when we start getting more frenzy plus 3 units, hopefully they'll put frenzy plus 2 on these resurrections just to make them more usable. So just to take a look at the attribute power-ups here, we are getting an extra 10% from the attribute power-ups here. Yeah, let's just take a look at all of this. Yep, from here it's still 2%, so base is 50. Let's see here, the damage to lacerated enemies. Let's see, the attribute power-up is only giving us 1%. The soul, okay, so the soul trait was 22, skill 40, attribute power-up 1%, so a total of 63% right there. And I think that's pretty much it, really. I think I went over anything. I guess if you want like a deeper look into my attribute power-ups right here. This is just basically what I have. My characters can go up to level 370. I'm going to be getting an extra 290 focus and SP. My max link slot levels are 22. My max Rescindent slot levels are 12. But for the sake of the showcase, because I might use them more than once. I do like CFYOW. But yeah, I can get them to level 12 and 22, but for this showcase I'm only going to be using like level 20 link levels and level 10 max Rescindent slots. And here are the bonuses, as you can see. So there's that. As for the build here, Going to be using the T-Set Fortification Pill in the Yuki dispenser. The Go Yuki dispenser is 5-star plus version. Just pretty much take off that negative stat and just basically makes it spiritual pressure boost to stamina 30%. This is just a secondary I really haven't just been using a lot. Just some strong attack reduction, full stamina damage boost links here. Bonus abilities will be full stamina damage boost and the plus 200 SP. Alright, so let's jump into some content to see what this unit can do with his resurrection. Alright, so we are going to be in a solo inheritance trial for this first run here. Well, actually for all the runs we're going to do for this video. There are currently human enemies in here, so he will not have killer. Get me out, get me out. Dang it, we took damage. Well, it's fine. We can take a look at this unit without full stam. We'll have plenty of other runs to showcase him with full stam. Overall, yeah, it is a very good resurrection. Just giving them spiritual pressure boost is nice. Increased status summon chance is also great. It's just that a unit this you're going to, well, he's going to be 5 years old. He came out, this banner came out in 2020. Yeah, that's way before I started playing, actually. So he's going to be 5 years old. You're going to need some dupes of this unit for him to be very usable, and you are probably going to want to put him up against, you know, just no affiliation enemies, just because he'll be a lot better just having killer overall. But overall, not bad. Does that get us a full stam? No. And like I always say, when I'm like showcasing power attribute units, I do like to point out, like, this is probably one of the stronger attributes just because of the amount of support that this just affiliation has, and just the amount of like strong characters they have as well. We can pretty much bring the Men or Yumi Chika in here just for some boost. Then I wonder if there's any other unit I can bring in here to just to buff him up a little bit more. I think the Nanao, the power one, I think she is too. Actually, we can also come in here with the Momo. Yeah, see, there's a big selection of support units for the power attribute that you can just choose from. And a lot of them are super pot units and droplet units, so if you're just like farming and you need a good support unit to help you get some extra resources and to help out with your damage, there's plenty of those. I'll go ahead and play the Soul Bomb animation here and probably skip it. Well, no, I'll play it one more time after this. Alright, so we're back in this run, trying to keep our full stam this time, and yeah, so he is immune to the fire status element, so you don't have to worry about that, but there's obviously not fire here. I'll try to keep my full stamina here just so we can have that damage. He has, what was it, 90-something% full stamina damage boost? It was like 96 or something like that. It was close to 100, which isn't bad at all. So, yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to showcase the other resurrections like I mentioned earlier, just because I wasn't playing when the banner first came out, and they really don't release novel characters anymore. So I'm hoping like they can like, well, they're doing renewed version of like anniversary, you know, so I guess whenever they're satisfied, you know, just doing that, or if they want to like just renew all past anniversary units, just go ahead and maybe release some new novel characters, maybe. I don't know how that works out. I don't know if it's like some things with licensing or something like that. I don't know. I'll just probably leave that to people smarter than me that knows more about it. But it'd just be nice to see them come back, and yeah, just so you can get these older units in. You know, I like collecting things. I would like to collect all of the past units that I don't have, but can't really do that because, you know, just their banners don't come back, or there's not really any new like novel characters to summon on to try to get those older units. Alright, so now I brought some support units here. The Yumi Chika, the Manor Yumi Chika, if you don't know what he does, he's going to be increasing power attributes, movement speed by 30%, and increasing power attribute character strong attack damage by 20%. The Momo here, she's really good because she has a boost on her SA too. Yeah, pretty much that's it. Both are link slot characters, so you will see these units if you are farming co-op IT. Yumichika, I believe he also has increased droplet drop, so you'll see him a lot as well in like epic raids or some stuff like that. Yeah, really good. Yeah, when it comes to power attribute characters, I don't think there really ever be a problem. Even when I first started playing, I've always thought like the power and like mind attribute characters were like just really strong. Let's see here. Yeah, we're pretty much going through this now with these few characters. I'll skip the soul bomb animations. We already played them enough times, probably. Alright, so this will be the last run for the video. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just pull up the characters in like the album and just like look at them pre-resurrection and post, just to kind of just compare their stats with the, well, not their stats, but their skills with each other, just to see what they get. But overall, yeah, my first impressions of this Yusui, I like him. He's really good. Unfortunately, mine's is only 1 out of 5, so this is pretty much at the bare minimum you'll see a unit. You at least want to have a unit 2 out of 5 so you can just get that extra focus. Because once you get, you know, I think 1,000 focus, they're just going to be guaranteed critting, really. And being immune to 1 status element is great. Increased status chance to help him get that 50% spiritual pressure boost is nice too. We done? Yep. Go ahead and pop the soul bomb and that'll be it. Alright, so the next character that we have from the banner that also got resurrected was this Sanosuke. Hopefully I pronounced his name right. He's a speed attribute, a ranker killer unit with a soul trait of strong type recharge time minus 12%. So this is pre-resurrection here. He's a ranged unit with no status elements on his attacks, and he has a heal and a barrier on his SA2. Bruiser and Berserker both have 40%, Devastation 60%, Havoc, Frenzy, Sprinter, Guard Break, and Medic. So that's pretty much what it is pre-resurrection. And so post-resurrection, for his second soul trait, they gave him strong attack damage inflicted at full stem 20%. That's going to be a great link for the speed attribute characters. Let's see here. Innate skills, Sprinter, Guard Break, he's immune to the free status element. They increase his Bruiser and Berserker. Berserker 70% is really great, Devastation 60%. Base full stamina damage boost is cool. Full stamina only increase strong attack damage 50%. So what was it, 20 here? They gave him an extra 30 in his skill set, so that's really great. Multi-barrier +2, that's actually really good. Healer, Medic. Okay, so not bad. I kind of wish they gave him damage to enemies not affected by an element. What do they give these resurrection units, what is it, 30%? 50%? No, I think it's 30. He doesn't have that, but just has a he has a lot of full stamina damage boost bonuses. He has a heal and a barrier, so at full stem he is going to be doing pretty good, really. But without the damage to enemies not affected by element, he won't be hitting as hard as he could have been. But overall, still a pretty good resurrection, not bad. Up next, we have this Kenpachi here. He is a technique attribute unit with the ranker killer, soul trait damage taken minus 16%. Melee unit, no status elements. Bruiser 40%, Berserker 50%, Devastation 40%. He's immune to paralysis, increased speed, link slot potions +5, flurry, sprinter, and poise. Post resurrection, in his soul trait, normal attack damage +18% was added. Innate skills, sprinter, long reach, decreased ranker damage taken 20%. His Berserker went up to 98, or excuse me, his Bruiser went up to 98%, Berserker 50%. He's immune to paralysis and freeze. Okay, cool. They added the freeze. He was already immune to paralysis. They actually gave him flurry +2? What? Poison, Guard Break. So they can't. Okay, I thought they weren't gonna. Have I missed any resurrections? What? Have they given any other resurrection characters an extra like flurry or frenzy? Is this the first one, or am I tripping? just because of that, well, I wouldn't say he's the best one, but okay, so they can give these units an extra flurry or frenzy. So why don't they just start doing that for like, well, maybe not all of them, but like maybe most of them. Give like 2 out of the 3 units an extra flurry or frenzy. So them adding that is actually very, very great. I like that. That's good. That's good. Do that more often. So yeah, that's the 3 new units. Unfortunately, I can't showcase them. As for who I think is the best out of the 3, it's kind of hard to say. For the Kenpachi, they gave him an extra flurry, which I really do like that. That's great. The Shinosuke, they didn't give him damage to enemies not affected by an ailment. He would have been a lot better with that, but since he has a barrier and a heal and a medic skill, which will increase the effectiveness of his healing, that does make him a really good unit. And not to mention strong shock reduction and full stamina damage boost in the soul trait. He'll be great as a link as well. So use him himself or as a link is going to be really good. This guy here, he is pretty good as well. He is immune to 1 status ailment. Yeah, he does have the increased status ailment chance against no affiliation enemies. Okay, so if we went up against no affiliation enemies, he definitely will be a lot better. His soul bomb is going to hit pretty hard with this weakened defense and the spiritual pressure boosts 50%. Honestly, I probably like the Shinosuke better just because of like just the bonuses he gets from his full stamina damage abilities, and as well as he's able to maintain it a lot better than these other 2 units. But giving that extra flurry to the Kenpachi was a great move. But so yeah, that's pretty much the resurrections for this month. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and as usual, until next time.